what I've found is if you're doing the things that you enjoy doing, you'll find the people that also enjoy those types of things. And that's where you're going to find them, child. How you came to that decision and why you think this is what more Black women particularly are choosing to do with their lives.
So marriage and children were not on the forefront for me. I love my nieces and nephews and I love my friends with kids, but I don't want to be at 40 worrying about a babysitter or whatever, and stuff like that. So,
who is Fiona Walker and what are you working on? Hello and welcome back, gentle listeners. You are now tuned in to another amazing episode of Kushae Chronicles. I am your host, Kimba, the Natural Diva, and I am deliciously excited to bring on my next guest, Ms. Fiona Razzle Dazzle Walker. No, I added the Razzle Dazzle, but hello, Fiona, darling. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you? I'm great.
I am fantastic. Thank you. You look amazing, as always.
So do you.
Yes, thank you, darling. So, Ms. Fiona Walker, now we are excited to have you. Today, we're going to talk about all the things that grown and sexy women, Black women in particular, need to understand about these streets.
Mm-hmm.
And dating, do we want families? Do we want to get married? It is 2024 and life has changed a lot.
Yes,
Would you agree?
it has. And it's been lifing.
Okay. Life has been lifing. All right, so let's get into it. So first of all, when I met you, just not even a long time ago, some months ago, I just thought you were amazing and a beautiful person, both inside and out. And you were in a real estate, role at the time. And come to find out that you were grown and sexy, over 40, but not ever been married and no children.
No children.
And when I asked you if that was something that you desired, you were like, not really. And I was like, where are the pearls and let me clutch them? Because I'm 47 years old, looking like I'm 27. Let's get to it. Period. But growing up, everybody would have just killed me. I would have been buried in the backyard. Like, you just don't say that. You don't get a chance to choose. It's not that I didn't want children. I always wanted a family, but I was like, I never considered that could even be an option. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how you came to that decision and why you think this is what more Black women particularly are choosing to do with their lives.
With being in on and off relationships and when I was 14 going on 15, I met who I thought was the love of my life. We talked about getting married, having children, or having a child. And it just never worked out that way. We met in high school. We had ups and downs. And in my mind, I'm not going to have a child out of wedlock. You're going to be with me or it's not happening. So the relationship, the relationship didn't happen. And then I got into meaningless relationships since then. And then it just never got to where we were engaged and anything like that. So marriage and children were not on the forefront for me. So as time go by, of course, I'm getting older. I'm 43 now. I'm like, once I hit 40, that's it. Well,
was it just the viability of pregnancy? Like, you were worried about, can you get pregnant? Eggs drying down? What was it about 40 that kind of was like the cutoff for you?
It wasn't about eggs or anything like that. It was just if I haven't found the right one and we're not in a stable relationship and I'm hitting 30, now 35, I'm having fun as time goes by. I'm used to my freedom. I want to just get up and go, and
right.
I won't be able to do that anymore. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be in the house. Don't get me wrong. I love my nieces and nephews and I love my friends with kids, but I don't want to be at 40 worrying about a babysitter or whatever and, stuff like that. So it's kind of like, I'm used to my freedom right now and I just don't want to,
You don't. No,
I
listen,
don't
I'm telling
know.
you right now, I'm a mom, as you know, of three boys, and I love
Mhm.
my babies. But I literally, it's hard for me to even be happy for people. And like you said, I love everybody. It's great. But it's when people tell me at a certain age that they're having babies, I'm like, the first word I say is why. But I don't say it out loud because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to crush your dreams. And I'm a mom, and it's been a beautiful experience for me, and it's always something that I wanted,
Mhm.
but I'm tired. Like, listen, we need to get our lives back, right? I started
Mhm.
when I was my first son, I was 26 at the time, so I was relatively young. Most women are not in their 20s anymore. They're waiting until 30s and 40s.
Right.
So me being in my 20s, people were like, "Oh, you're a little whippersnapper." You damn right, because now that I'm in my mid to late 40s, I could be like, "Boys, I'll see y'all in a few days.
Right.
Holla,"
You
and
got
they're fine.
mhm.
Okay, you just leave a little food in the fridge.
And yes, as long as
And
they
they can
have a
sort
car, they can drive. Yeah, you're good. Let's go, Kimber. Let's go.
exactly. You know, you can
Okay.
call me, girl. I'm always
Right.
available. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out. My babies are beautiful. They're self-sufficient. They're super independent. You know, their dad and I really got that right of helping them grow up to be independent children. Not
Right.
because they don't need their parents, but they certainly can do things on their own and not have to wait on their parents, which is what we
Hmm.
wanted. And like I said, I'm finding this freedom now that it's just beautiful. And so women my age, I'm like, girl, are you sure? Because it ain't easy. It
Oh.
is not easy, you know. But there's a trade-off, right? Because in my 70s and 80s, you know, I'm hoping that one of these kids either strike it rich and take care of mama, or, you know, just take care of mama. And so, do you have any feelings about that? Like, what happens to you as you get older that you don't have these people that will love you regardless? Because that's what kids are, really, just people who are going to love
Mhm.
you regardless. You know what I mean? Do you feel like you've missed out, or what, or do you worry about what you'll do in that sense?
I thought about not having a child or someone to carry my legacy, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that at this
Right,
age. So I'll figure it out. I'm having nieces and nephews, write my will to them, or
right,
whoever next of kin, whoever's alive, and have all my assets or whatever. But I'm not having a child at this age at all.
right.
Adoption, nothing.
Let me find out. You want to be the rich auntie? Okay, so shout out to anybody who's looking for a sponsor
Okay.
or a rich auntie. We got you one. Okay, very
Yeah.
good. All right, but so then, and kudos to you. Honestly, let me just say this: I think that many women get into motherhood by way of mistake. Like, we out here making a lot of mistakes and popping up pregnant,
Right.
and it's difficult. So shout out to you. First of all,
Mhm.
what would you mind me asking? What type of birth control are you on?
Condoms.
What? Okay, because I'm an IUD girl,
Yes.
and the IUD is controversial. I get that. It's the one thing that I can't live without it. Y'all judge me if you want to,
Yeah.
but I have had a beautiful experience with the IUD, specifically the Mirena. Morena's gonna have to pay me for this now. I'm gonna call me.
Yes.
Okay, so no other type of birth
I've
control for you then.
I've had even from my OBG. She mentions birth control. Well, I asked about birth control and I mentioned Mirena,
Right.
and a lot of people like discourage me from getting it. It's just this like a little stick living inside of you, and it could hinder you. This has so many negatives, and it scared
Live
me.
on, child. Let the stick live on. The stick is in there, like, and I'm like, no, I will. So I want to say, I don't think it's 50-50 chance that it's going to be a great experience for you, but I've had it for, let's see, my youngest is 12, so 12 years. Literally, he was born September. I had the first one put in October, like 30 days later, and I've been
Hmm.
on it ever since. And it's been, the first year was rocky. You bled inconsistently. It was just a nightmare. And then after that, I hadn't had a period in the last 11 years.
I guess I
And
didn't want to go
so,
through the ugly phase of bleeding or all the time. And then I've heard the period not coming, and I heard like, oh, your body doesn't tend to cleanse itself when your period's not here. But I am so sick of period. I am so ready to get on it.
girl, get you an IUD. I pray that it works for you, because I skipped to my damn loo going down the period aisle, because I'm like, I know the hell you didn't call my name, because I don't need none of you.
I know. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Ugh.
And you're spending money and it's cramp.
Money.
I've never been a crampy girl. Are you a crampy type person? Are you?
As I got older, my cramp got severe. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
And it may
Sometimes
alleviate that.
I'm sorry.
It may alleviate that.
I heard that. I heard it does. I've heard a lot of good things and a lot of negatives, but if you're the second person I know that use it, and you guys love it.
Love it, love it, love it. And I mean, whatever, I'm cute. I'm doing my damn thing. We're going to talk about how it's affected my dating life and all this, but still want to be safe. But I also am not worried about that piece because again, technically you're still, you still can get pregnant. And so if that's not what you want,
well,
we're going to work on that. But anyway, no, I'm curious because the women who are out here popping up pregnant by mistake are probably like, well, what the hell is she doing? Because she's been able to be intentional about choosing. And the rest of us are out here trying to plan B it, or we're just like, well, fuck it. It is what it is. I guess we having, baby junior. So, and that's not what you want. We're getting to a point where ladies, we got to be clear about what our lives, at least drawing the picture for ourselves and not people drawing it for us. So, okay. So condoms can still work, y'all. If y'all doing it right, if you're using them.
If you're using them the right way.
Exactly. Do you have a brand preference? I'm in your business. Do you have a brand preference?
The thin one. What is it called? Silk.
I like Skin. Is it Skin?
Skin. I said silk. Skin.
Skin needs to holler at us to sponsor this damn video because we're doing the best. Okay. I know. I hate Skin. So for those of you who don't know, check out Skin. We like Skin. So, okay, cool. So you've decided, listen, if I don't get to this age with a baby, it's a wrap. Now let's talk about the candidates that you've been coming across because obviously ain't none of them making it happen. None of them made it happen. So just trash. 1 out of 10 stars, do not recommend, apparently. All right, but where are you finding these guys? You're an online dater, yes?
Yes. I've been on 3 online dating websites: Tinder, Hinge, and Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish didn't last long. It was just too ghetto for me.
Oh, okay. So wait, back it up. Okay, so we're going to do, come on ladies, this is what y'all been waiting for. We are literally going to break them down. So Plenty of Fish, Hinge, and Tinder. So in order of rank, 1, 2, and 3, how would you rank them?
I would say Hinge, Tinder.
First. Okay.
And then Plenty of Fish is the worst.
Okay, Plenty of Fish is the worst. Okay, so let's start with Plenty of Fish. Why was it so ghetto? Why was it trash? Like, what was the problem?
It was just, I feel like it was a website to just hook up. That's what I felt like. And the quality of men on there were dirty. Just by the pictures, they were dirty. They weren't, they didn't
like. I'm not bathing dirty, or like what?
Just gold teeth. The way they, they look dirty. Physically, just like dirty. Gold teeth. They didn't take pride in they just post any picture. The comment, they didn't have anything to say about themselves. They just post a picture or 1 or 2 pictures. It's just nothing.
Okay, so it sounds like Plenty of Fish is because Tinder ended up becoming this hookup only site. Maybe they've grown past that. First they were good, then they were hookup only. Maybe they've grown past that. Okay, so Plenty of Fish is trash. You do not recommend. Tinder now. Talk a little bit about Tinder and how they're different from Plenty of Fish.
I met 2 guys on Tinder. It didn't work out, but one of them, we're still friends till this day. We're not that much friends because I'm in a relationship, you know what I'm saying?
And we'll go, yeah. So, as platonic as it can be, that's platonic. It. And obviously, we're platonic. And we'll talk about that.
When I see you on Instagram, hey, that's it. So exactly. It's been over 10 years since we've known each other. So it's been that long since we met. That didn't work out because he lied about how many kids he had in the beginning.
How many kids did he have?
He told me he had 2, and I found out about 2 more. So I thought it was 4. As years gone down, he has 9 children.
50 lemon kids, not 50 lemon kids. Not 50 lemon kids. How you go from 2 to 9?
Huh?
How do you go from 2 to 9? Is that even like a multiple? It's not even 2 to the 3rd power. Like, what are we talking about? It's like 2 to the 4.5. I don't know. I need a calculator.
As the years go by, he had a couple of kids after he and I met. After we stopped talking or whatever, he had more kids after that.
But still, obviously not a guy who's wearing any skin condoms.
I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah.
Bruh, 50 first of all, how do you even raise 9 children? I mean, listen, my mom back in the day, shout out to the Jamaicans and the Caribbean families who had like they were one of,
Yeah.
19. And I get it. And they did all the things with like 2 pots and I don't know, 2 pieces of fabric. They would sew the clothes for the kids like back in the day. They just made it work. But you could also walk around Jamaica and go pick up free mangoes. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different world. You got to pay for mangoes. Okay.
Right.
Here in these United States of America.
Yeah.
You got to pay for the mangoes.
Well,
So I don't know. And if you're not with the mom, because I imagine do you know how many baby mamas he had?
He told me, I just don't remember. I think it's probably 5.
At least.
At least 5. Maybe.
So how are you even managing? You've got 5 relationships that you have to manage for 9 different children. Child, bye. Oh my gosh. I don't even advise. Listen. So if anybody runs across 50 Lim, that's what we're going to call him. Just leave him alone, child. He's good for making babies. And I'm not saying he's not a good dad, but it's hard to be a good dad to 9 kids.
Yeah, he's a good dad. He's not one of them live with him, but he keeps up with them or tries to at least.
Girl, I dare somebody to ask him what are all the birthdays.
He'll know them.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. He knows.
I can appreciate 50 Lamb. I mean, do the best you can, brother. I'm rooting for you because that shit is that's not easy. I don't know.
Not easy. He's a good guy, so I don't know.
All right, 50 Lamb. Okay, so then, but you mentioned that you met one guy 10 years ago. It was 50 Lamb 10 years.
Yeah.
So you were on Tinder for a long time then. You were trying it.
Another one. He was horrible too. He was married. A lot about his marriage on Tinder. One picture. I don't know why I swiped right on him, but I looked at that picture for like 2 days straight, and I'm like, I should have listened to my intuition.
Should have just left it. Mm-hmm. Now, are you doing a background investigation? How far do you go with online dating? Because there are women who are like, they're looking at mugshots, and then there's some women that are just like, I'm just kind of going with it. I did
that on the married one. I was like, he seems cool, blah, blah, blah. I trusted him, but he was the one that lied the most.
But you know what it is?
His name.
He lied about his name?
Yes. About his name. His name, first and last. Well, his first name was his nickname because I got introduced to the friends and they called him that name. Okay. And then the last name was fake. And I didn't do my research enough.
So was he witness protection or he was just lying because he was married?
Yep, he was lying because he's married. He's supposed to be separated, but he was still lying about his name, child. I had to cut that off, block and everything. Yeah,
with a damn quickness. But that's the hard part. It's like we're getting older. Mm-hmm. You're on there for 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, even a year. You're 40 plus. You're like, listen, I'm trying to be serious. These men need to be serious. And they out here playing games.
And these are the men that have children. They have daughters. Well, you have sons too. And a woman can do that to your son. And she'll have him jacked up in no time. Doing what you damn doing. They don't think about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Tinder, come on now. After 10 years, the baby didn't find nobody. Okay, so then you just like, what we doing in 10 years? So I don't know if they have a guarantee. So you were paying every month for 10 years maybe, wasting all kinds of goddamn money and didn't find nobody.
Paying for what?
Oh, do y'all pay for? I don't see. I've never online dated.
I don't pay. I do the free. I don't pay to meet nobody. They got
okay, cool. You got to pay to meet me.
They might be paying, but I wasn't. I was free. If I have 10 swipes, that's all I'm gonna get. I'll see you tomorrow, Tinder. Then
I'll start off 11 through 20 on Tuesday, 21 through 30.
Like, okay, no, thank you. No.
I'm wondering so ladies, when you see this podcast, comment below for the ones who have paid for Tinder. How long did you find somebody, and how long did it take? Because we might have a competition. They might say, "Hey, when you pay, you get more of the good guy." I don't know. That would be whack though.
I knew somebody that paid, and she did not meet. I don't know what she met, child, but I don't think she met anybody good.
Okay, we're gonna let it go. Okay, yeah. And then you said Hinge. You seem to like Hinge.
I liked Hinge.
Okay, what was it about Hinge that you liked?
They seem like more quality and real men that were looking for something serious after in the beginning, but after a while you start seeing it, the repetitive guys, and it seemed that way. They seemed more clean. They seemed like well put together. They had more conversation. But with time, it got dry. No one wanted to have a conversation, or if they responded, once and then you don't hear from them anymore. So I got tired of dating and just got off of the dating apps for a long time, for a while.
Right. Yeah, because I can imagine and you know what happens, you start getting the good morning texts or whatever, and everybody's saying the same thing. Like, what would be your biggest complaint about online dating? So for the people who you finally swiped on, and child, just forgive me because I've not online dated. So is it that you go left when you're good, when you like them? No?
I don't remember. I think it's one with Tinder. If you swipe left, if you don't like them, and right if you do.
Yeah. All right, like Beyonce, to the left, to the left. Okay, gotcha. So you out. So what would you say? Say again?
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what would you say are the things you didn't like the most about online dating? Obviously, it wasn't working out, but what did you hate the most?
Just people that's just not being upfront, not being honest about what they really want, or just filling your head up with lies. And I feel like there should be on someone on there to screen each user. I don't know. I feel like they should be screened before they get on there.
You know what? There is an app that's doing that now called Talkify. And because I was looking into Talkify for a friend, but anyway, because that's what they do. They actually screen people, and then they screen you, and then they do the matching. But then I'm like,
I like that.
But are you going to know what I really need? I mean, I guess you ask me questions, but can I do my own?
Yeah,
I'm a big girl. I know what I'm doing. I don't want to swipe, but at least give me, it looks like they're just going to match you 1-to-1. I'm like, give me a few and let me pick.
Yeah, right.
Because you might pick Johnny.
Let's just not do the online dating anymore.
Listen, I was nervous. They emailed me and was like, girl, you can have a free portfolio. I was like, for real? I'm scared. Forget it. But the good news is that I've met somebody outside, but you've also met somebody on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you quit online dating. And so talk about the outside, because first of all, everybody keeps saying outside is trash and outside is ghetto. What are your thoughts about being outside? Now, don't think about the relationship that you're in now, because you were outside for a second.
Yeah, I was outside.
What's the temperature outside?
So before my relationship, I was outside with, a group of girls all the time, seeing, when you're seeing with a group of girls, when guys see with a group of girls, it's kind of hard for them to approach you. So with time, I just kind of like, not because of the group of girls, but it just kind of fizzled out, and we're still friends, but I tend to like venture off, south of where I am now, and do more outings by myself, more like, what do you call it? Mixers or places where I can meet people. Right. So yeah, I was doing that for a while, and then I'm a homebody. I spent a lot of time at home. I learned to stay off of the app and focus more on like my business and just enjoy my own company.
Right.
That's always fine. And it's even more fun when you go with one or two girls or just by yourself.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a great point that you talked about. I literally just came from the gym. I think I called you right after. I was like, oh girl, we getting ready for the podcast, but I just got back from the gym, and I was in the hot tub. And I think as I've gotten older and life, for one thing, I think when you're past 40, life starts getting stressful because you're somehow subconsciously you're thinking about time. You're like, I'm running out of time to do all this shit. It's like the pressure is like this. It's like heavy because you're like, I still want to do these things, but I'm only right here and I'm running out of time. And so, but as the stress piles on, I think it's so important for us to just step away from that every day or every other, somehow, some way, some couple times a week, and just enjoy our own company. And I think it's in those moments where you're enjoying your own company that you realize these are the things that I want and I value. And I need to see that in somebody that I meet on Hinge or on Tinder or outside.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, I've just been scared of online. And so I just stay outside. Child. I open that damn front door and get on somebody damn plane or get in my car. Her name is Beverly.
Nice.
Me and
Especially
Bev,
travel.
we ride out, one and two friends, but keeping the circle small. That's just my personality anyway. Keeping my little
Mhm.
circle small. We go out and just opening yourself up, smiling at guys who smile at you. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
just meeting people. You ain't got to marry nobody, but I think
Exactly.
meeting people. So, and we'll talk about kind of how you met your boo. So, where did you meet your boo? You don't have to name the place, but where did you meet your boo? Like, what kind of setting was it that you
I
met
love
your boo?
talking to him. He just makes me so happy.
Ooh!
I literally prayed for a man like this. I didn't know what age he was gonna be. I didn't know what ethnicity, nothing. But he just fits everything that I asked God for.
I
How I
love
met
it.
him was two of my friends. I ain't gonna name no names. Dragged me out of the house one night. It was late. I was like, I got to be in the house by 10. We left the house at 10, child.
Okay, wait. You ain't doing the story no justice because people don't really understand how frustrated you were with one of your friends at night. I'm gonna just say it's me.
I wasn't frustrated. I was kind of
Well,
like,
I would have been. Okay, what y'all don't know, audience, is I tend to run late a lot with social stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I just be having 50 limb things to do for no reason. I mean, of course, I got the kids and I got all kinds of stuff, but just I pile too much stuff in it, thinking I can do them all, and really I can only do about half. So anyway, so that's on me. So we were going out that night, and I think we promised to leave at like I don't know 8:30 or
yeah,
9.
8:30, 9 o'clock. 8:30 was my idea. We didn't leave till 10.
And
I'm an
Miss
early
Fiona
person.
Walker at 8:30, I call her like, "Hey, girl," and she's like, "Okay, so I'm ready." And I was like, "So
I was
here's
like,
the deal."
oh
I,
my God.
I think I hadn't even showered. I damn sure didn't have no makeup on. I didn't even know what I was wearing. And my girl was like, "I'm in makeup. I'm dressed," and I was like,
I
"Oh
was
Lord,"
dressed,
because
laying in the bed. I was like, if you don't call me by 9:30, I'm about to go to sleep. I did.
literally.
I did not go to sleep. I was like, I'm
No,
gonna
you were
stay
falling
up.
asleep because I called you at
I was
9:30. Like,
falling.
girl, I got one eyebrow on. I'm working on the other one, and you were like, "Hello." I was like, "Don't go to sleep.
Yeah, I was
Just
like
wait. I'll cry."
watching a movie. I was almost out. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So anyway, so we don't get there until it's myself and another friend, and we're heading to Fiona's. We're doing a carpool, and we don't get there till after 10, I think. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, "Don't be mad at me. I love you so much. Get in this car and let's go have a good time." And she was like, "Oh, whatever, girl."
Grumpy as can
Okay,
be. I was like, okay.
right. You're like, and who's your friend? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so now you can tell the story. So we hop in the car, we go down to this. Now, what would you call this type of venue? Lounge or like?
Like a lounge with a live band on certain
Right.
nights. And this particular
Mm-hmm.
night was Jamaican night,
Right.
reggae night.
Reggae night.
Yes.
Okay,
So
very good.
all three of us walked in. Of course, all eyes we was it. We was it walking in. So I felt all the eyes looking at us. So
Listen.
of course, I was nervous. So I'm like, eyes on me. So I walked up to the upstairs bar, and we stood there, and someone offered us a drink, and of course, Kimba, we were socializing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, our other friend suggested that we walked across the bar, across the venue, and then there was this gentleman that's
This gentleman, if you're Jamaican.
this gentleman was nothing close to what I used to date.
Mhm.
A lot older. And he was just so charming. He caught my attention. He made me laugh first thing. And then he just brought up a chair for me, and that was it. It's been how long? Not even 2 months yet. And I am smitten.
Smitten. Okay, well you don't forgot some stuff. So here's the deal. Me and the other friend were nervous. Okay, so I'm friend one, and our girlfriend is friend two. First
Mm-hmm.
of all, I'm the social butterfly, and I literally am a butterfly. I'm flitting around flower to flower, talking to guys, making laughing with them, and then I'm off to the next flower, and they're following me with their eyes, and I'm like, I'm not dedicated to any one flower. I'm just out here smelling all the flowers. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. They had lost me, child. I'm off to the races. Then they're like, if the baby's safe, they just look for me, make sure I'm alive, and they just let me be.
I could see from where I was. I was like, okay, she good.
Yeah, she alive. Meanwhile, I'm like, la la la. And then friend two is like the investigator. The minute she sees somebody trying to pounce and prowl, she's going over there to ask questions. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your name? So she was able to get to Fiona's gentleman caller, interviewed his ass for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and decided that he was a good, that he was a good guy. She was like, I think he's a good guy for you. Meanwhile, Fiona is like, he is not my type.
He is not my type. We drove home and she was just like selling him up, telling me how much of a good guy, how handsome he was. And I'm like, I guess, child.
She was not feeling it. Now, let me say this, ladies, 40 and over, I'm telling you right now, 37 and over, whatever, if you're in this place and you can resonate with the messages, like, I'm trying to get out here and find a good man, but I ain't finding a good man. Mistake number one that Fiona almost made, and that I almost made, we're going to talk about my love experience in a minute, child, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared.
Oh my gosh.
But I think the mistake that Fiona almost made, that we were talking her into, is like, and I told her this very frankly, I was like, baby girl, you're looking for your type, but tell me how that's working out.
Exactly.
Okay? Because that type wasn't working out for you. They were giving you 50 lemon kids. They were giving you fake names. They were coming in with a whole wife and a whole marriage. Jeez. So unfortunately, I think we have this ideal type in our head that isn't quite ideal. We just don't know that.
Right. And also, you know what I mean? A lot of women go for instant attraction. You're not going to be, you're not going to find your instant attraction is not always the one for you. You could be physically attracted to him, but he could be like the worst person for you. That's not who you need to be with.
Right. So when it comes to which sense, you know, you got 5 senses. You can hear, you can see, you can smell, you can taste, you can touch. As a kid, that's how I remembered all the senses. Oh, y'all do that? I would go like this, jazz hands. Anyway, the point is, the eyes will deceive you, baby. Okay.
It will. Well, don't get me wrong. You
have to be attracted.
You have to be attracted to him. Of course, I was attracted to this guy.
Right.
But speaking to him and our connection made me even more attracted to him, and find the things that I looked past. I was like, I didn't even look at anymore.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I've gotten to know him, and he's like a brother-in-law to me now. I'm like, let me call him, make sure he got his where's my brother-in-law at? I think he's fantastic. Great guy, great sense of humor, all the things. So when you finally widen the net, so I guess lesson number one is, ladies, we got to widen the net. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're constantly looking for, I got to have this. For me, I was looking for 6'2", at least 6'2" and higher. And then, because I'm tall. I'm a tall baby girl.
I was like, girl, he just asked you what you want out of this. And you talking about he's this height. I'm like, if you don't, get off my phone.
Yeah.
You. Okay.
Listen, so what she's alluding to is the fact that I was outside and found me a little boo too. Okay. Y'all got to get outside. Open that damn front door. Unlock the door. Step 1. Step 2 is walk outside looking cute. Okay.
Looking cute. That was
and however you decide is cute. You know?
It doesn't have to be at a bar. You could be going to the you never know where you'll meet him. Just be presentable at all times.
Exactly. Be comfortable in your own skin, because if you like looking like a certain way, then the guy has to like that too. So however, but give it some effort, ladies. Come on now.
Right. And however you look, that's the kind of guy you're gonna meet. So
exactly. And so while Fiona we were at like a lounge official place, you know, I met a little boo thing at a 50th birthday party. You know, we getting older now. Everybody's celebrating these big milestones. I didn't even know the man who was turning 50, but shout out to him, because I just went to the party. I was like, thanks for inviting me. And found me a little boo thing. Again, is he 6'4"? Absolutely not. But baby, does he make up for it in other ways? Absolutely yes. So the point is, while I'm looking up here, I should have just looked straight ahead. Like we're eye to eye. I can look straight ahead and find exactly what I'm looking for. And I would
Oh,
have missed it. Like literally
yeah,
would have missed it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you got your eye on the wrong prize. That's all I'm trying to say. That ain't the
Oh,
prize, baby. That's the drama and the foolishness. Up, look straight ahead, child.
yeah.
Focus.
A lot of things, a lot of feedback I get from single guys too are women when they say walk past you and say hi or give you a compliment. Women just roll their eyes or don't respond.
Mm,
Respond, ladies. It could just be a simple hello, or it could be your husband you're walking past. Just say hello. It's not that big of a deal.
it's not. I think people again feel like the minute you open your mouth, you're getting married, and that's just not the case. Do you know
Like,
what I'm saying?
oh,
And
sorry.
we ain't got to get married. I don't even have to see you ever again. But I think that, the old adage, treat people how you want to be treated, which is true. If you said something and somebody just ignored you, that's just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I would be just mad and I don't even want nothing from you. If I
Yeah,
say good morning, don't let me say good morning. I'm Jamaican. And you better say good morning back. I'm flipping all the
exactly.
tables.
It's so rude when somebody say you good morning and you don't respond.
Hello, and you walk. So can you imagine this poor guy had the courage, mustered up the courage to
Whew.
say hello, beautiful, or how you doing today, and you just ignore him and what? That's so
They're
fucking rude.
so fucking rude. That's a lot of guys. They said they don't speak anymore because women, that's what they get. And
Yeah,
they
and
act
it's
really
just
snooty. And they act like they're married and they're single as fuck. Going
looking
home,
as fuck, looking.
looking on Tinder.
And you being mad to the boy who you think is not the prize, but baby, he could have been the prize and the trophy. Okay.
Exactly. Oof,
And you
child.
weren't paying him no mind, but he was trying to be respectful.
You know what?
But
I
you
got
want
a
to talk to
man.
the
I can
ones,
be. Uh huh.
no, you want to talk to the ones that, gonna be crazy and try
Yeah.
by. Okay, so what do we learn? No.
What did we learn, ladies?
Where are your notes? There is a quiz and it's now. No. So I think what I love about this story is that, we're not at the happily ever after stage just yet,
No.
but you've got amazing feels about this relationship, which is great. And you're saying like you literally found somebody that's checking. If you had 100 boxes, he's looking at least a 95. He doing A work. He doing A work. You know what I'm saying?
Whew. Girl, Izzy. He's just
He top of the class. Okay.
top. Like I look back, I'm like, dang, it took me this long to find you. 42.
In this
Dang.
big age, we
In this
finally
big
find him.
age. But it's God's work. I trust it, Lord. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I'm really happy about is that he had a previous relationship and he's not looking for the things that you're also not looking for, like children, right? He's
Yeah.
not in a place where he
He's
wants
not.
children.
And yeah, and I'm not big on marriage either. I'm not saying, oh my God, I have to get married. If I do, if that's what he wants, we're both, agreeing to that, it'll be fine. But if we're not meeting in the middle, then I'm not fussy about getting married. So
Mm.
I'm fine with it.
And what is that about though? What is not fussy about being marriage? Where does that come from?
Because I feel like it's a piece of paper saying that you're married. Like, why
Mhm.
can't we just continue to where we are now instead of like having all this legal stuff going on, having a judge decide like I don't want to go through all of that. Like
Mm.
my mom was married and she didn't even change her last name because she had to do this, that, and this. I'm like, I don't want to go through social security, passport, credit cards. Like, no, just put my name on the house, put your name on this account, put my name as beneficiary. If you want to give me a promise ring, fine. But paper, I don't want to go legally. I don't want to go through that.
Girl, you don't got you. Listen, your requirements are so easy, and okay, he's lucky he found you. Because if I was a dude, I'd be like, "Let's go, boo," because I got you.
And I mean, it's the part, the dress and the pictures, all of those things are nice. I picture myself in a nice wedding dress, but
Right.
going through legally, I don't want to do that.
Would you have like a? Because I was just thinking you could have the dress. Who gives a shit? Like they got the dresses. That's not even.
Yeah,
You don't need
go
to be
buy a
married to be in a
dress.
dress
Yeah, I have a
and have a
reception.
party.
Oh, yeah, I have a party and let our friends, close friends, and family celebrate us. And
Exactly.
this is just a together party. We're boyfriend, girlfriend. We're committed forever, I guess.
A commitment party. What we gonna call it?
Party. Huh?
A commitment party? Is that what we're gonna call it?
Yeah, commitment party. We're committed. We're locked. We locked in.
Locked and loaded.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I kind of like, honestly, so I'm coming from the other side of that to where I'm divorced now.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, that to usually when you have a contract and agreement, you basically email and say, I'm giving you 30 days and I'm out. That's not how divorce works. You can't even rip up the paper on your own and nobody cares because they're like, yeah, unless the judge says so, you're actually still married. And it's traumatic. Divorce is traumatic and terrible and tough. And I don't wish it for nobody. I really don't. So kudos to you for trying to avoid that.
Is traumatic. Being with someone for a very long time and then have to end. That's traumatic enough.
Yeah, and dragging yourselves through this thing, and then people get besides themselves. Okay, yeah. Besides themselves. And it's not easy. And so when you finally rip this Band-Aid off, you're left with two people that are truly not whole and having to find a way to put themselves back. It's like Humpty Dumpty, put themselves back together again.
Yeah.
Which is not easy, but it could be fun. When you're ready, because people are like, I need to heal. I'm like, girl, I done healed already. Where are the people? Where the people at?
Right. Where are the men's?
Bring on the men's. And for those of you who have been there, done that, and you were looking for all the men's, I know there's hoe phases that some of y'all are jumping into. Power to the people on that. That's fun when you're ready. Say again.
I said, be safe when you.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on now, skin. Send us some samples. But yeah, definitely stay safe because a whole what I call a hotation is not.
It's not always fun.
It's not always fun, and it's draining because you don't want to share your energy with just anybody.
I know.
So
it's precious down there.
It is. Be careful with the hotations, ladies. You got to really start picking and choosing a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as we start home, we'll start we go together. That's how I am.
Because we a little emotional. You know what I'm saying? So, and don't confuse the two. If you want to do the hotation, baby, get your feelings out of it. But I think it's hard for women to do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
Right. But otherwise, I know people who have found love online, which is a beautiful thing. My mom, who was in her 60s, found love online. Can you imagine?
Was it a long-term love?
She's still in it, girl. It's been 7 years.
Oh, girl.
And she is over 70 now with her boyfriend. And they go on trips. Girl, they're retired. They got nothing else to do.
But that wasn't meant for me.
What's that?
The online. It's good. Worked for a lot of people, but
it does. People have had great success stories, which is great. But I want to encourage women to open the door and go outside because online is not the only option. But there is a statistic that I think it's 80% of people are now meeting their guys online as opposed to traditional routes like blind dates or referral from friends or going to parties and blah blah blah. Minority, the vast majority is online, but I still have hope in outside. Open that damn door. And what I've found is if you're doing the things that you enjoy doing, you'll find the people that also enjoy those types of things. And that's where you're gonna find them, child. Y'all gotta have something in common.
Yeah, that's so true.
I would agree. But if you hadn't found your boo at this lounge, where else would you go to meet somebody?
Probably back online, child. Because I'm
No, you work out at the gym. Do you never find? Yeah. Do you think the gym is a great place to meet people?
No, it's not. There's a lot of young guys in there. Yeah, of course, I go to the gym almost 3 or 4 times a week, and it's always the same guys trying to holler.
They ain't serious, y'all. They ain't serious. Okay. All right. And so last question for you. While you're all booed up and enjoying this new phase, we want to know what you're working on. You're a Miami girl who's set some real clear intentions about your life. You're checking all the boxes. And so now what's next, right? We talked about as you get older, the pressure of becoming who you want to become is
Mm-hmm.
looming. Who is Fiona Walker, and what are you working on right
Fiona Walker is a operations manager. I do have my real estate business as well, which I am constantly working on to do that full time without the 9 to 5.
now?
Today, I listed a commercial real estate property for lease in West
Right. Whoop
Palm
whoop.
Beach, Florida. Yes.
Yay.
It's a total of 7,000 square feet, but the space is a little over 1,700 square feet
Okay.
of space, 6 suites, 2 bathroom, but the landlord is looking for one tenant. It could be
Oh,
just, yeah, it could be a law firm or dentistry, medical office, something in that field.
gotcha.
Nothing with multiple rentals. So
Mm,
I'm excited about that. The client is one of my great friends. We've been friends for over 15 years,
mm.
and she's given me this amazing opportunity. So yeah, my real estate is my baby. I've been in real estate about 5 years, going on 6, and it's hard. It's hard work, but I love
It
it.
is.
I love it. I love it. I
Mm,
really want to do something more real estate investing and not focus on clients too much, but I will do both.
right.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So then, if anybody watching is looking for a commercial realtor or looking at, getting some support in your next
Mhm.
property, selling, buying, whatever, even renting,
Right.
then holla at
Absolutely.
Ms. Fiona Walker. We'll have your link in the caption somewhere, I don't know,
Yeah.
down somewhere. And
Thank
we'll
you.
tell them where they can find you. Can they find you on
You can
Instagram?
find me on
Where can they find you?
Instagram.
Okay.
I am Fiona Walker, and
Okay.
that's my personal. My business is Fiona underscore your underscore realtor. So that's
Gotcha.
Fiona underscore your underscore realtor.
Love
That's my.
it. Okay, perfect. So we'll have all
Mhm.
that so you guys can find her, partner with her. You might have a deal that you want to bring her in on. I mean, amazing. I actually had worked with Fiona on a residential deal and it was fabulous. Loved her attention to detail. And it's actually how we met and then
Yes.
became fast friends. And so
Yes.
just a beautiful person inside and out. So
Thank
thank
you,
you. Now, you first, you're doing real estate. All of a sudden, I'm in your business about your dating life. But the point
girl.
is,
Anything for you, love. Anything for you. You've been such an amazing friend.
oh, thank you so much. We have had such a blast with just
Mhm.
getting to know each other and working together and finding the loves that we need together and just this whole
Hey.
journey of life. So I thank you and I appreciate you being part of my core group of friends. And, I encourage other women to find beautiful women that you can add to your core
Absolutely.
because, and again, there can be new friendships. They don't have to
Hmm.
be the old friendships. Sometimes the old
No.
friendships don't serve you,
Nope,
you know?
not at all. You just got to
Yep,
step away and find yourself and find new people to get you to where you want to be or help you
exactly.
get to where you want to be. It doesn't have to be, um, financially. It's just listen to different motivations from other people that will get you, open that door for you or encourage you to step out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. But I think the key, even outside of that, is, just make sure you're finding people who are like minded and have the same energy and vibe that you
Got
have,
to.
you
Absolutely.
know? Because otherwise, it's like, what's the point? We getting too old for this. You know what I'm saying?
I
This ain't
know.
no third grade. You talking to my man and you looking at my friend. We ain't got time for that. Either you love me and all the things I'm trying to do and support me and vice versa, or you don't.
Absolutely.
And then we're not friends anymore.
Exactly.
Because we do not care.
Okay.
So anyway, all right, my love. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna do our quick segment of Kushae Catastrophes, though. So we never do an episode without diving more into your business.
Do it.
Yes. So Crusade Catastrophe. So for those of us who are just joining us for the very first time, or maybe you've missed this and haven't gotten to this part of the episode, we talk about anything that may have gone down in the DMs or down crazy either in your love life, in intimacy, even in health, right? Just along your journey of just being a woman, trying to live this beautiful life. So, Miss Fiona Walker, we'd love for you to share. And now it could be your own catastrophe. It could be a friend's catastrophe. You could, you know what I'm saying? It could be whatever. But what catastrophe would you like to share with the people?
No, you have to ask me.
You're gonna. What's your catastrophe? You don't have a catastrophe?
No, you ask me. Oh, no.
Okay, so I will ask. So for those of us that are gun shy, I will ask you a question. Okay, so let me ask you, who is your closest family member?
That's not a catastrophe.
I know, but just trust the process.
My sister.
Okay. Well, see, now I knew that. So I'm just leading you down the road here. So you have a beautiful sister. She's older than you.
She's older. She's 56.
Okay. And she practically kind of helped raise you, right?
Yes, she did. When my mom left my dad when they divorced, I was what? I don't know how old I was, but not a teenager yet. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. And so you trust your sister. You can probably talk to your sister about a lot of things.
Anything, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Is there something that you could not talk to your sister about? Like that has to do with sex or intimacy?
You are slick. I think I told you what she asked me.
I don't think so.
Oh, God.
You wanted a question.
My sister asked me, and I was like, you never asked me anything like this. She'll make little comments about dates and did we do the do? And I'm like, don't ask me that. Like, you're my sister. Like, but, I told her about my new love, and she goes, is he good? I'm like, when do you ever ask me this? I'm like, hello?
Hello? Like, goodbye?
Your friend, you would tell. I'm like, of course. They're my friends. You're my sister. You basically raised me.
So, okay.
Mom. Girl, I was like, I'll call you back.
And then you called your friend, like, girl, what should I say?
I think I kind of said it to him one day. I'm like, I can't believe she asked me that. I was talking to him about it. Why did I do that? Should have been calling you. But I don't think you're a
child. Okay, so you
Is
can't.
He any good? Almost died.
Okay, but you could have just said yes and called it a day, or did you?
I was like, let me call you back.
Like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm feeling away. That is hilarious. Okay, so you don't feel comfortable. Well, here's the deal. Now, that gets us into the kiss and tell situation, right? I think there are good girlfriends, probably like one or two, that you can really get in, not the nitty gritty, but ask questions or maybe drop a few little, here's how I felt, or it felt amazing, or, he's top notch, or he's not, whatever. Because we've had the ones that were just not.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, guys, if you're not, you getting talked about. Period.
Okay. Tampon. Inside joke, guys.
That is a catastrophe. That's the second question.
Another one. How did I forget about that one?
How do we forget about? Okay, so the next question around catastrophes.
We can't talk about that one.
No, but we can just say that you had an experience where I ended up calling the situation or the problem. No, it wasn't me. You came up with the name, right? You came up with the name.
No, I did.
You did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. First of all, you dated a guy, didn't work out, obviously. He ended up he was a very well-built, muscular gentleman of color.
Great kisser.
Gentleman of color.
Yes. Jamaican.
But you described his member as a tampon.
Listen. That's what I saw. I've never Listen, I've never seen anything this small in my life. Like, picture somebody standing up big, and this is just like And this size is probably 2 fingers. Yeah. And I'm going to give him a little grace.
Girl, it ain't 2 fingers. Stop playing on this podcast.
Man, it was just like there, like this. This is the 2. And then can I say how I want to say on here?
Yeah, girl.
Walls, and this was it, just sitting there, and he was just going as if he was doing the do. I was like, what is happening? The only thing that was painful is his heavy ass on top of me. Like,
you're like, did the penis enter the chat or nah? Like,
I'm like, are you okay? You feeling something I'm not? Like, what? I guess he was, because
you making all these grunts and noises. You like, did we get started?
He was so selfish, and he didn't even ask me if I climaxed or anything. He just rolled over and like breathing and sweating.
Like a gorilla. Gentlemen.
Like a gorilla. Please. Yes.
You're like, shut up. With your silverback ass. Go sit down. Was I there?
What'd you say?
I said, it sounds like I was there because you literally lost it when I said gorilla. His silverback ass. Listen, I need these guys.
I wish
just have a day.
So you can witness this catastrophe.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the exact catastrophe. Had I been there, I would have been like, we gotta go. Get your bag and let's get out of here.
No freaking way. And
why
I
would we
kind of knew before it went to the next phase, but I was just like, maybe I'm tripping. But I don't know about this segment.
This is perfect.
This is perfect. God.
But anyway, so thank you for sharing your Kushae catastrophe.
Nobody has to watch this, please.
It's gonna be the best episode ever. Right. But you know what? Okay, so I will also share a catastrophe because people love when other people put themselves out there. So the one time, I've had a few encounters with brothers that are a little paler than I am. And, the stigma has always been that the white boys just ain't got it together. And right. And that hasn't always been the case because I've never actually slept with a white man. Let me just be honest. But I've seen some things. I've seen some packages. And so I remember kind of dating this white guy once. He was real cool. And, some of the white guys, they have this like, I feel like it's wannabe black swag. Like they're cool. They're down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he kind of could pass. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, let me give, Johnny a try. His name wasn't Johnny. Maybe we're going to go with Johnny.
That's a name.
And exactly. So Johnny wanted to show me what he was working with. I don't even remember where we were at the time. Obviously somewhere like private. And, Johnny shows me what he's working with. And I was surprised that Johnny was coming with something. Now, the brothers that I've been with, certainly league of their own. But Johnny could hold his own. And so I think my jaw must have dropped. I was shocked. I think you could see the look on my face because I was expecting Johnny just to not
be a tampon,
any of the things. Right, be a super tampon.
Yeah. So
Johnny's ass is like, oh, so what? You thought I was hung like a light switch? I was like, what?
Not a light switch. Oh my God, it's like this.
So to me, the joke has always been somebody who is small is hung like a light switch. And if I hear somebody else say that shit ever in my lifetime, I'm going to lose it all over again. And so what was crazy, I don't even know, Johnny must have just threw me off. He says that shit. I start laughing. The mood is all fucked up. And I'm just like, let's just go get a drink or something because I can't even deal with your ass now. You done messed my whole vibe up.
Wow.
But it didn't work out with me and Johnny. But he was not hung like a light switch. But
he was hung.
He was hung. Well, he was doing what he could do. Okay. And I was like, if he could work with it, it might have worked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I never figured it out. But Johnny could probably give somebody a run for their money. So shout out to Johnny, who was not hung like a light switch, but did more than that.
Okay. All right, Johnny.
Was better than that. Hi, Johnny. No.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, so that was my catastrophe. Then I missed out on Johnny because I lost my train of thought.
You owe me
Anyway,
another
but
one. I told you two.
well, this is my show. So on my show, I share one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those two are like the biggest for me. My
those
sister.
those were those were good. I love it. So anyway, all right. Well, my John, we are going to wrap up. I appreciate you so
It
much
was
for joining us.
fun. Let's do this
Yes,
tomorrow.
we had such a good time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for another amazing episode of Kushae Chronicles, where we always focus on real talk, real women, and real health. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Bye.